Hello friends, this is Sandeep Chatterjee once again. I welcome you all to my channel Amazing Agile. Amazing Agile is always trying to bring some topics which is very useful to you for learning Scaled Agile framework or Jira, Scrum, Kanban, whatever. Today I brought a topic that is Jira software for cloud, how it is useful for the Scrum project or Safe project. So Scrum project you all are working, but how it work for scale? That means multiple projects or the multiple requirements that is in organization level, how it is being mapped with your stories, all you're going to discuss today. So let's start to the topic. So the objective is we are going to learn overview of the software, Jira software for cloud. So there are two versions available. One is the Jira for enterprise or Jira for the desktop version, and this is a cloud version. So cloud version and the desktop version are little different. So I am talking about the cloud version today. How to manage the project in Jira? You are doing it. So it is just a refresher. Understanding the difference between features and stories. So if you have knowledge about the Scale Agile framework or any other framework that you have worked on, so it will be very useful for you. So Scale Agile framework is using for the epic features and stories. So there is a relationship between each of them. So how it is managed in Jira, we are going to learn it. Jira used for Scale Agile framework. So that tool has been used. How to use the feature versus story, but it is a separate license. Whatever the activity or whatever the Jira project, Scrum project you are doing it may not have the license to work for the portfolio level. That is called the safe framework supporting. So you have to buy a separate license for that. So we're going to learn today initial Jira landing page, adding a profile picture, backlog view, active sprint view, viewing a user story or task, adding comments, filling out the user story or task, starting a pin. So you all have done it. Now here the portfolio. That is a new concept, and reporting also you know. So let's start real quick. So log into Jira. So in the organization you must have a credential. So your admin has to provide you based on that. It is the landing page or this credential page, I'm sorry. And here you have to give your login and password, and accordingly you can join to the Jira. So Atlassian is a software, a company who is the owner of this Jira software or Jira tool. They are not a free or open source. You need to buy the license. So depending on the kind of license you buy, you will get the features accordingly. There are also many plugins you can also buy, or you can also use it. Some of them are free of cost. So anyway, it is not a part of our today's topic. However, it is just for FYI. So once you logged, you will look at the landing page or dashboard page. So dashboard page, if you're working for the first time, so this is the landing page where your assigning work is not there. So if you want to look at the URL, it is like this, the license name, that means your company name where you're working, .atlassian.net. This way it gives you the license. So dashboard contains the assign the user. As I told, I do not have anything to as a work here because the very newly I am logging this page, so it is empty. Otherwise, whenever you are logging it here, and if you have some task assigned, story assigned, so then it will be visible here, and you can click it and directly go to your story. So let's look at the create and update your profile page. So it is important. I am going to talk about everything, but it is really very required that you must first create your profile picture. Why? Because if you're working for the enterprise, that means around 300-400 people are working. So nobody will got to know who you are if you do not put a picture or avatar. So first you recognize yourself by updating your profile. Just right click here and you will get a profile page. So if you click on the profile page, it will allow you in this page to update your photo. You can drag and drop from your browser window, or else you can just select the photo actual whichever you want to add and just click the upload. Once you upload, your picture will be visible here. Or else you can also, if you like, if you do not have your good photo which you like to post it here so that people can look it, there is the option to click here for the avatar. But avatars are limited, and if you are too many people and using the same avatar, then it is again confusing. So this highly recommended. Give the profile picture of yourself. Navigating Jira menu. Let's start here, because this is the all menu that you need to know. First you click here. This is the task or the system dashboard. So if you want to move from Jira software to some other software like Confluence or anything, you can navigate from here. Since our topic is only Jira software, so we are not going to navigate from now. Next is star button. Star button lets allow you to the projects whatever you search for should be remain on your visible list. It is like a pin and unpin in Microsoft window. Whatever the application you are opening it in the bottom portion or wherever in the bar, and if you want to pin it, means it is going to remain always. So you don't have to search every time. So that is the activity that is done by the star. Search option is allow you to search any project, any story, anything. Next is start button. The start button will allow you to create any issues, that is story, bug, task. I just wanted to tell you that anything you are creating in Jira are called issues. Issue means does not have the actual issue which you are talking about. You are opening a story, you are creating a bug, you are creating a task or epic, all are considered as a issues. But and these are all called issue types. Next is the your work. So if you click this button, you will see only your work, whatever is filtered to you. This button goes to the dashboard we just had in the previous screen. This button will take you to the list of projects and you can search your own project. We'll come to this screen next time. Filter is a big option. There are, since if you're working on the enterprise level, you may be having more than couple of thousands of issues. That means stories, bugs, tasks, everything. So there are many filtering options you may have. So only filter may not work. So if you click, you will have another big menu comes, and these are all predefined filtering criteria. Like open my issues, that means it is already having a filter criteria to open only your issues which are assigned to you. Reported by me, that means reported means created. There are a couple of new jargon you are using here. Reported by me means whatever the stories you created, user created, the person who logged in. All issues means no filter. Done issue means whatever completed. Views recently means whatever in the viewed panel. Created recently within some time frame. Updated recently. So these are all specific criteria. Even you can create your own filtering criteria. Jira has its own SQL command that they accept, that is called JQL. You all might have worked on it, but you should have the admin access to do those. So based on any filtering criteria, you can filter those here and you can save those filter also. When I'll go for an active page, I will show you where is some predefined field criteria or filter criteria is given. Next is the people. People means whoever the people working on this page in this project or a total Jira in this organization, you can take a look, but you cannot create it until you have a admin access. Here is the concept that we are discussing today. That was the portfolio. This portfolio is a new license you have to take along with the Jira software. It is pretty expensive because you are working for the enterprise. If you take the regular license for the Jira software, you won't find this activity or this option to do the safe activity to be incorporated in your Jira project. We'll learn this thing in details later point of time. When you click here in this portfolio, you will have the another menu. If you click back, it will come back to this menu again. And here if you whatever the portfolio projects you have created, it will be listed here. Guys, in specific cases, I just having some blur concept here because it is a running software I'm using it, and it is imperative that for the confidential issue we should not disclose all the names. Next is another is a Planning Poker. It's a plugin. Planning Poker is doing the estimation technique. So it's a I just have the plugin here, so I can do the estimation to the Planning Poker using the Jira software. So I believe now all the concepts are clear. Let's move to the search a project screen. Here the screen. See, this is the once you come the dashboard, your dashboard can look like this. Or if you click the search a project, so you will be end up the all the project whatever you have searched earlier, or if it is blank that you have not searched anything. These are all the areas where whatever the projects you have searched already, and couple of them are starred. It means you have marked it as a star through this this button. That means if you search more stories, it will be keep changing. However, these two will remain unchanged, like a pinning it here. Okay, if you write anything and click here, you will be able to search this one. So I just think I wrote it here training, and if I click it, I found all those things, so many trainings, and if you click here, you will be able to open that project. So now I am in that project, which is called that is data training, data engineering training. So if I just a simple click, I can move to a project. So now it's a project screen. These menus I already discussed. Now there are new menus come here when we are in the project. So earlier we are in the dashboard view, so we discussed about the menus in dashboard. Now when you move to a project, so the menus are related to the project. How it looks, I just wanted to tell you real quick. So when we click the project view from dashboard, it comes to the backlog view mode. So backlog, you all know that whatever the stories we developed, all are coming to the backlog. From backlog, we start a sprint and working on it. So currently this is empty area. That means we have not started any sprint as of now, and we have not yet assigned to anyone these stories to anyone, so that's why they except me, there is nobody is here as a assignee. If I click here, I will go to the active sprint button. However, since there is no active sprint available, so I cannot move at this moment. I will go little later point of time. There are a couple of other things are available which I will like to tell you. If you click this one, this is called the version. It will show different version of project you are doing it. But this is a very less opportunity. We are working on the version because with the 2 weeks or 3 weeks sprints, we really don't need it. Here is another option if you don't buy the portfolio called the Epic. That means you can see the Epic. That Epic is always available. But whether the Epic is our feature or not, we always do not work. So that is the optional activity. Apart from that, if you have this button, did you see this plus button or plus button? We already discussed that through that we can create a story or bug or any kind of issue. So if you click this one and click this one, you can directly create a story here in this sprint area. But ideally, we should supposed to create a story in the backlog area. So what we will do, we will click this button, backlog, and then we can able to create stories over here. We'll show you how to create a story. So now, if you click either of the buttons, it will be visible this way in this sprint. So this is a version, as we are seeing the version, and we are seeing the epics. So epics would be the bigger level story, which is called the bigger, which is more than one story can be catered to address this bigger stories. We will discuss about the features of the story. On that time, the idea will be more clear to you. So let's move to the active sprint, how it looks. Though the sprint is not yet created, but just I wanted to show you with some example or some sample. So let's click here. I am just going to the active screen. Each user or task will show up in the screen. If the user story had a subtask, then they will be shown as here. So what is this? See, this is the story. If you see the icon, it's a story. And if you see this icon, the blue color, this is the subtask. That means if I want to manage more carefully or more meaningfully, then I have to create several subtasks for a main story or task. like like for example, the story is a little software development. That means someone will create the design, someone will do the development, someone will do the testing, and then the finally it will be delivered. So these three activities main. Okay, assume design, development, and testing. That means three main subtasks I can create, because three different subtasks will be done by three different people. So managing better way, I can make three different subtasks like this. So here if you see, take this example. Here I have many subtasks I've created. Possibly it could be one demo, one the summary of initial team. There's something is there. So that's why there are many subtasks. So when you are only assigned, it will be here. And once you want to do some activity, then you have to move to the next column, because this column is to do, in progress, testing, pure acceptance, and done. So that means whenever whoever is working on that particular story, he can move to the particular column. For example, I can take a move from 1 to here. How will do that? I can simply drag and drop here. See, so I can move it. So that means this story is now in progress, the development is done. I can move it for the pure acceptance. Ideally I could have kept it here for the testing, but just to show for the demo purpose, I am moving it. Let's see what else in the screen. This is the name of the project. This portion is the sprint goal. It will be visible. Number of 4 days remaining. So I am showing you the current sprint where the 4 days are remaining. This button can close the or complete the sprint. This portion is for the searching it. Suppose if I want to search anything, any of the project, if I just give the number, it will only showing on this particular or anything whichever I am searching it. These are all the person who are assigned in this project or in this Scrum sprint. Their names are here. And if you click it, that means it is predefined filtered. So suppose this is the person. If I click it, so whatever the story is assigned to him, only it will be shown. So that is a predefined filter given by the Jira. And there is some other issue, my issues or recently updated. These are all the filtering criteria. There is an option I can tell you later point of time how to create your own filter. That is not the topic for today's discussion. Anyway, so we just learned the screen, how it looks. I hope you have a better idea. And if you have any question, you can put it in your comments, and later on, whenever I will see it, I will reply you whatever the answer I can be able to give you. Next move, how to create a new story. New story can be done by clicking this button. So once you click the button, a new pop-up window will coming here. So if you see the drop-down box, epic, bug, task, and story. So these are all the different icon, and to give this to see the icon, you can identify what you want to make. I want to give you a quick intro about it. Story means the small and manageable stories, user stories, which you already do it and you have learned it during the course of the Scrum. Task is something which is similar to the story, however, it is not deliverable. So it may happen that while doing in a story or a project, you will have to do some task which is not deliverable. However, it has to be done. So there is some time is required. So to make those visible clearly for everyone, because we are transparent system, then you can create a task and showing them you are doing this activity. Bug, I'm sure you know that. Bug is nothing but the defects coming out while doing the testing. So to make it as a requirement, if it is a little bigger, then you can make it as a story kind of, but to make it differentiate from the story, you can make it as a bug. And epic is the feature. Feature is that means the bigger level requirement from where the stories are derived. We are going to discuss it little later on time. So once you create this one, any story, you write a description, give some of the description, everything here, and then if you create the button, the story will be created. So now you click the button, then you can edit also. So in this here is the newly created stories. Suppose now you want to update something, you can click the edit button. Once you click the edit button, there is an option that you can edit it. So you can have many points which is visible to you, and you can keep adding those things. In addition, there are other things like you can make a comments, you can do the work log, you can see the history if anyone has any change. So all those things you can do it. If you click here this button, you will see that there are few actions on the menu item. So these are all the additional commands which you can do it. Like if you want to log it, log work means if you want to change the status, it is in progress status to done or delivery, I'm sorry, to the testing status. So you can do it from here. You can move it to the, you can move the story from the one level to down, up, whatever, that I will show you in the backlog view. You can create a clone. Suppose you want to copy it. So if you want to do the same exact kind of story, so you can click it. It is called the cloning. You can link it here with the other stories if there is a dependency. You can create a subtask. In the active sprint, we create a subtask. So through this, you can create a subtask through here, and there are many activities you can do it. Let's move to communicating. It's a nice way of communicating. That means you can write a command in the Jira and it will go as an email. See, as I told earlier that you can make a comment. So you can write just a simple sentence, and if you make a save button here, then it will be visible to everyone who will come to the sprint or this story. But it is not possible that people always looking at the screen. So if you write @ and write the email address and then write something, so it will go to the person's email box and he can take a look. And if he reply it on the email box itself, it will come here as a comment. See, I give a email address and I said, please look into this. The moment I click add button, it will go like this. Please look into this in the comment box here, and it will go as an email to him. So it's a nice way of communication. Now if I want to edit the issue or story or whatever, so now again, suppose you just create a story and you want to change something. What you will do, you click the button here and you can change anything. Then you write the description, you can change it. If you update, it will be updated. But instead of updated, if you just scroll down a bit, then you will see many other fields that you can edit it. Like you can set the priority. Depending upon that, your work will be determined. You can give a label, that means where it is, which project is connected to. All you can give through the drop down box. If you attach some file, suppose you are doing some design, so if you can make a design screenshot, it will be nice. So either you can browse it or you can drag and drop it. If there is a dependency, you can link it here. You can assign someone either directly. If you click it, it will be assigned to yourself, or you can assign to somebody else if you like. So you can update, it will be saved, or else if you can scroll down, so you'll get the more fields to fill in. So it is a epic link. See, if you click the epic link, means whoever the epic one, we see that the features I am talking. Now I am keep talking about the what features. Features mean the higher level requirement on the program level. So you can link it always here. You can click which sprint you are working on, and you have to give the acceptance criteria. So acceptance criteria is very, very important. Here you have to using the proper persona and give it, because these acceptance criteria will be verified in the done time. When you're doing the sprint review meeting, or when the product owner is going to accept, he or she is going to verify the acceptance criteria, and if it is meeting in the demo or any other way, then only it will be accepted. If it is something wrong and it is not properly defined, then it will be difficult for product owner to accept it. Now remaining estimate, an original estimate, here it is a very important concept, that if you want to give that I want to work for 3 hours, so if you have done a halfway, you just mention here in this button how many hours you worked. So if you mention, then when the burn down chart, there will be some impact, or it will show the progress. Now you can click if you can add more, or you can simply save button. Once it is saved, it will go to the next. Now you say how to start a sprint. That is very another good concept, or it has to be done mainly by the product owner or scrum master. When and how? During the sprint planning meeting. Suppose in the sprint planning meeting, you identify that these 7 stories are supposed to go. You already discussed in your sprint planning meeting, your board is updated, sprint planning board, if you are doing in a room or whatever, wherever. Then assuming that these 7 stories, whatever I am showing it here, are the most prioritized, and this is going for the this sprint. So now it is empty. See, that means there is no story moved. So I need to move those story. And since this is empty, this button is also inactive. So what I have to do now, I have to select all those stories which I'm thinking that is ready to move, and simply dragged it. Once it is dragged it, all the stories move to the sprint area. So that means my sprint backlog is created from the product backlog. I hope it is clear. So what is I can see here? See, this is a story. It is a 2 hours effort. Sorry, 21 hours effort, and this is derived from the which feature, and there is a story unique number, and this sign is the prioritized. Okay, so what I have to do now? I just click the button here. So, but it is now showing inactive. It is a bug in my side because I don't have the proper access. But once I have the access, this will be active, and if I click it, the sprint will be started. So this up to this portion we all are aware of. You have worked. I am just showing a simulation demo in the PowerPoint presentation so that you are all understood what is how it works. Now I am going to show you in the Scale Agile framework how it is the requirement derived from the top to bottom and how it is worked in the Jira itself. Let's see. So here is the big picture for the Scale Agile framework. I am not going to discuss anything else. I hope you are all aware of. What I am going to say is this is the backlog. But which backlog? Portfolio backlog, the top backlog. We may not be using it, but just for your knowledge I am to say something. So this is called Epic. Epic is derived to the large solution level called capability. Again, from capability it goes to the essential level called features, and features it is going to the stories. So our concept will be Epic to features to story. You do not have to worry about the capability, so let's ignore it. So talk directly from Epic to features to story. So in normal scenario, if we buy the portfolio license, you will see the Epic we already seen in the demo, and it is nothing but the feature. So Epic and feature is same for us, and from feature we are making a story in the team backlog. Team backlog means product backlog, and product backlog too will move to the sprint backlog during the sprint planning meeting. So that is the concept. So how you are going to do this in the Jira, that you are going to see now. So one feature could be multiple stories, and that to be done by different projects also, because we are doing the PI planning. We have already seen it, and we know that how it is the dependency are mapped and how it is being done from one sprint to another. So let's move to the Jira again. So here is the portfolio button. We already seen it before. So this is Jira is compatible with the Scale Agile framework, where we can manage program backlog and link in the iteration stories and dependencies. So if you click here, you will see if you select the project, you will see like this. See this view. Possibly you have not seen this view because it is a safe concept, and it is we are showing it in the Jira. How? So these are all the features. The blue color is the all features. Feature here are the icon is Epic, and if you see this plus button means there are some stories inside it, and one we clicked it and showing it the number of stories. So the green icon is the stories. That means in this particular story or a feature have multiple stories within it. Here are the various columns. If there is a story point, we are showing the story point here. This is not the story point, it's called a WizJip. WizJip is not the cumulative of all the stories for the time being. You can just learn. Then which team is working? So feature is be done by the particular train. Here, so these are all the train. Here is also train. Okay. Here is train. What is them here? So this is train, and this is the there are multiple trains. Okay, and these are the stories. So which team is working on the stories? The story will be the team level. Features will be the art level or train level. Okay, art or train or agile release train, all the same word. Okay, which particular sprint it is being done. So it is saying with the sprint number. Then the target, start date, end date is showing you, and then the status. So if the features are having some projects and going on, so it will show you as a implementing. And whenever you are working on the story, so it will show you whether to do or done or something like that. So this way it is showing the save portfolio label. There are so many columns, and if you click this column, these are the filter criteria you can give to find out project, because there are maybe multiple projects, multiple features, so it is very difficult to find out. So you have to give the appropriate feature to find out. And if you click this button, it will show you the gear button. So let's come. So these are the stories and these are the features. Okay, and if you click this button, you will see the many ways how to add, remove column and look it more meaningful to you. Okay, so these are all the overall concept about the Jira board for the safe. And here you can see there are filtering criteria, there is some scope, there is some different view it, but overall this is the concept. It is very crisp and clear. You have the very hierarchical view. You can collapse it, you can expand it and see the stories. You can see the status of the story, and you can see the status of the features. So these called the progress bar of the feature. So if it is the implementing, means it is being done, that means there are few stories are still going to complete. So whatever the stories are completed, you can see the tentative percentage, otherwise it is not done. And if you see this one, see it is done, that means there's completed, because there is a underneath there is a one story and this is also done. So this is a done statement. So this way you can get the picture of the overall status. So this is called the program board, or this is called the essential train or essential configuration board. So this is a very good concept, and it is a very good way to see the pictorial view from the top management perspective. And the release train engineer, who is the person, is supposed to maintain it and showing it to the everyone during the ArtSync meeting. I hope you can clear it. Now there is a certain thing I wanted to tell you, which is not a part of my scope, but I thought let me share you. That is called the reporting part. So there is an option you can do the reporting in your in the Jira. I hope you are doing it. The main reports are, the burn down chart. Then you can see the cumulative view. So in my project, I do see these two. This is for the every project. We can see during the daily Scrum meeting, you like to discuss about the status of this project. And this is the cumulative views mainly for the ArtSync, where you can see the status or the bottlenecks of the stories. Like red is the bottleneck, green is the done. So these are the pictorial view. However, it is not that great. However, you can get some overall idea. Another point is story report. So once you're completing a sprint, you will automatically see the report. This will show you the first the burn down chart, and then it will show you the number of stories you have taken in the beginning of the sprint, then the how many stories you ended, what are the story you moved down during the sprint, what are the story you have not completed, or anything changes. Like if you have splitted the story, or if you change the story point of the story, everything will be recorded and showing it to you. And another important thing is, the stories which you have completed, you will not be able to see in the backlog or in the current sprint once the sprint is over. But if you come to the story report, you will find those sprints which you have completed. So completed stories are not visible anywhere other than the sprint report. So that is a very important concept, because we need sometimes to see the old stories, how you have done it. So in this case, you have to come here and open the stories. Clear? So burn down chart views is this one. So I am showing you a burn down chart of a current project which is recently completed, and I see that it is going so nicely for the entire project. But the last week is a 3-week sprint. Last week there is something happened, so we will not be able to finish or we could not finish the story. So there is a gap. If you have completed, then this red line touches the black line or gray line. So that means there is some issues that is reported. So this way we will see the burn down chart. All right, so thank you very much. I hope I could able to explain something and you have learned something, and this will be really value add for you. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up, And please don't forget to subscribe my channel, because I always bring the new thing for you and you're going to learn it. So please encourage me by subscribing my channel and click the bell button so that you will get to see what is going on. So till then, enjoy, keep learning. Bye bye. Stay happy, stay healthy.